I once knew a lady who would train maybe 3 times a year, and she would always win this competition, which we call the Conquer Games. Now, she came 3 times a year. She loved the gym. She would come for about maybe 2 weeks, and then we wouldn't see her again for a couple weeks. And somehow she would find out that we would have this competition coming. She would sign up, she would be put on a team, and her team could be losing by a good amount of points from certain events. And when it was time for like the strength part, it was like they just called on her. Then she would win it all for them. She was a great person. She just wasn't consistent. Now, here is the thing that I learned about her from her that I apply to helping other people is most people are really capable of doing amazing things. Most people have great talent. They have great vision. They just they just lack the ability to be consistent. So inconsistency actually probably kills more dreams than anything. Inconsistencies probably stop more people from getting results than money, than I'd probably say opportunities. You can have fun with a little bit of consistency, but in the long run, if you want to build a life that you want, you got to find a way to be consistent. So the principle that she was actually violating was the consistency principle. So she would come to me and say, Coach, I really want to be consistent this time. Things are happening at work and such and such. And I would figure out a way for her to still train. It'd be affordable for her. So we mapped out things around it. I didn't know this at this time that it wasn't really the money. It was she was trying to become consistent without her identity actually matching that. So she was still calling herself big, calling herself slow. I'm not as fast as the other girls. I don't look like the other girls. She was bigger. That doesn't mean she wasn't valuable. But in her head, she thought I can only be valuable if I'm skinny like some of the other girls. And I'm only strong. I'm nothing else. So with that identity, it was really, really hard for her to be consistent. So we would talk and then we would try to work on the consistency again. At this time, I didn't know what I know now. But at this time, I would have told her, hey, let's find out what story you're believing in your head. With our group, The Breakthrough, we usually find out what story is this person believing in their head. Because if they believe a story that's not uh, where they want to go, their habits are going to follow that old story. Your subconscious mind will always win. And as months went by, she fell off because she didn't understand she had to start to see herself differently. The year went by, the next year went by. She came back for the competition and she won it. And I mentioned to her, what would I have to do? I asked her a question, what would I have to do to get you to come for 3 months? And she gave me a big hug. And she said, for you, I'll come, coach. And she came. And we ended up finding out every Wednesday she would want to skip the gym because willpower was on Monday and Tuesday. Identity, that was the opposite, would show up on Wednesday. So we started sending her a text. I had a bunch of girls in the group, like, hey, on this week, you send her a text. Hey, you're a healthy person. You're this. And they would send it to her, and she would show up on Wednesdays. Sometimes you need a little bit of help. I created the breakthrough group because sometimes we need help. One of my mentors always uses this line: we all need some help. And she ended up doing well. She ended up losing weight. She ended up staying strong. And it just took for her to realize consistency has to come from me believing I'm a consistent person, not me just showing up here and there. Question for you: where in your life would you see massive results if you could be consistent? Let me know in the comments. Be good. Be great.